Let's go, baby! Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel Mopar Life, and today I'm going to show you guys how to install a battery tender or maintainer. And this is a C-Tech Multi-Use 3300. Now I've had this for a really long time. I don't even know if they sell this anymore, so you can get a newer version, but I keep a battery tender on all of my weekend cars, which is what this car is. Sometimes I may go a couple weeks without driving it, and I don't want the battery to die, and I want it to stay healthy. When you buy the battery tender, it comes with these battery clips. Now these are real easy and obvious. You just put them on the battery, turn it on to where it says car, and you're good to go. And whenever your battery needs a little extra juice, the battery maintainer will give it what it needs and keep it nice and healthy. And I've been using these for years, and usually I'll hardwire it using something like this to put on my battery. But whenever I sell the car, I always just leave that on there and just get a new piece for the next car. But I keep the battery tender that I have. So that's why I've had this one so long. But it keeps working great and doing exactly what I need it to do. So if you're not familiar with how it works, this cord is coming off of the battery maintainer. And see this plug right here, and this is the one that you would just simply put on your battery terminals, and you click it in and you're good to go. And it has these quick disconnects, so in case you don't want to do that, like today, we're going to use this piece and it clicks. So you can put it really, it's very versatile. But what this one does is you can hardwire it to the battery with these. Now with the Challenger, the battery is in the trunk, and I could put it on the battery, but I'm going to go ahead and put it under the hood of the car. I'm going to show you how to do that. I think the battery install would be pretty obvious. You just put this on the negative and this on the positive, or this one on a ground somewhere. But what we're going to do is use the post that's under the hood of the car. That way my battery maintainer gets plugged into the front, because I don't want to accidentally try and drive off out of here with the cord coming out of the trunk and I forgot I had the maintainer on. And then you unplug it and leave this part under the hood, and then your battery tender is off and you're ready to go. One new improvement to these connectors that I haven't had before, this is a brand new one I just bought, and they're only about $10 or $11. But as you can see, there are some LED lights right here. My last one that I had didn't have any lights, but what the lights do, this is what it's called, the C-Tech Comfort Indicator, and it shows you right here what the percentage is. If it's the red light is lit, then you're less than 60% of your battery. And if it's yellow, you're between 60 and 80, and green is over 80. And it's a pretty cool idea to have these lights, because that way you just can look at the lights. Even when your tender is not plugged in, you can look and see what the lights show. And you know, hey, maybe I need to go plug it in. If it's yellow or red especially, plug your tender in. But when I have these installed under the hood, I like to just plug my battery maintainer in. Anytime I feel like I'm probably not going to drive the car for over a week, I'll just plug it in. That way I get a nice long battery life out of the battery. So here we are on the passenger side of the car under the hood, and you'll see you got your positive right here. You pop this up and it exposes this, and then down here looks like a good ground. I've actually already used this ground before for my Dukes of Hazzard horn, and it worked great for that. So I'll pull this off and I'll pull this off, and I'm going to wire these wires on it. This was a 13 millimeter, and this one, of course, if you haven't lost it yet, is your 10 millimeter. So I'm going to put those on right now. Okay, so it's all hardwired in. That was super easy. And I left a little spot here where I can access this inline fuse if I ever need to change it. Now, embarrassingly, look, I'm blinking red already. And I have been on vacation and forgot I left and did not plug in my battery maintainer with the one that I use on the battery with the clips, and when I got back the battery was dead. So that's what prompted me to get this. That way I won't forget next time, because for me it's a lot easier to have it right here than it is to pop the trunk and hook the clamps up. So we're going to plug this in and see if we can get this battery back in business like it's supposed to be. There's my plug, and there's this side, and it's plugged in. And we'll go over here to the maintainer, and I will turn it on, put it on car, and you can see it's going to do its thing. It's already telling me, well, I need to give it some charge by that right there. So we'll check back in a little bit, and hopefully it'll be up to the full, and I'll have a good solid battery again. And from now on, I'm going to take my own advice and use my tender more regularly, because in these cold months especially, it'll start bringing the battery down. And if you want your battery to last a long time, then you should be hooking up a battery maintainer. Well, it's been a few minutes, and look, I've got the orange. Wanted you guys to see that. So it's definitely coming up. We're going from red to orange, and then hopefully next we'll hit the green, and then we'll know we are good to go. And I'm going to leave this car plugged in till the next time I drive it. Okay, so it's the next day, and let's check our battery maintainer. And there it is. We got the green light. It's fully charged. And so what it's going to do now, once it reaches that green, is it's going to just pulse charge it whenever it feels like it needs to give it a little more juice. And let's double check this. Yep, we got the green. Now don't forget, if you don't want to hardwire it, you can always use these clips under the hood. You don't have to just hook it next to the battery if you don't want to. Just put your negative there, your positive here, and then there's the quick connect, and you would just unplug it and plug it in there instead of on the hard wire. Or you can plug the clips on the battery, whatever you want to do. They also make extensions for this cable right here, which I had on my Z06 because the battery was on the opposite side of where I needed it. So I ran the cable around to the other side and was able to plug it in real easy that way. But anyway, that's it. That's how you install a battery maintainer. Pretty easy. And if you're not going to be driving your Challenger or Charger for a while, just plug that in and it'll take care of the battery for you. You don't have to do anything. So, hope this helps, and appreciate you watching Mopar Life. Stay tuned for the next one.